of getting everybody to come up on panel, because you notice there's more people on panel than in chat.
Oh, what's tonight?
Yeah, right. No, that just bothered me either.
Hey, DJ, the wifey says she loves your accent.
Everybody seems to. I think I should change it to something else. I don't know.
Are you just going to change it?
I'll just get a voice changer.
Change your accent to something else. Do like can you do a Vietnamese or something?
It's not about Vietnamese.
No, I can't.
Well, I've got Northern family and I've got Irish family, so I could probably change it to that, possibly. But
there you go.
No.
I like the Irish accent.
I'm part Irish. My wife's she's a ginger, just like Ginger Snaps. You got to say it with a soft A, right, Ginger? I don't. No hardy R's. I don't think she's here.
She's on mute.
I was gonna say, which part of you is Irish?
Scottish, Irish, everything.
There's a bit of a difference there.
Yes.
I'm actually exactly half Irish and half Ukraine.
Okay.
That's a bit of a mix, isn't it?
It is. I'm actually first generation born here.
Okay.
My history, my lineage is a little different. It's kind of sketchy. My grandfather, my great grandfather, fled from Germany or Holland back before World War II, and he fled. They fled to China, where my grandfather was born and raised in China. He was German.
Okay, may I ask who's speaking at the moment? Sorry to interrupt. It's just I can't.
No, you're good. That's constitutional anarchist, the guy down here with the A.
I just
I
call him
apologize.
CA.
You're good.
I'll just call you anarchist if you don't mind.
No, that works. Or CA.
Okay.
Either way.
Please proceed with your story. Your grandfather was born in China?
Yes, my great grandparents fled basically Germany and Holland area, and fled to China. They were missionaries, and they fled to China, where my grandfather was born and raised, because of the all the Nazi stuff going on and everything during World War II. So
yeah,
he was born and raised in China, and but yeah, my whole family is from over there. Scottish, Irish, German, Jewish. My wife says I'm not a Scot. She's sitting here right next to me and says I'm not a Scot.
You're not Scottish, no. Have you got a moose loose around the house, pal? No.
Say one more time. You were breaking up.
I said you're not Scottish, no.
I am.
You tell your wee lassie. You tell your wee lassie they're Scottish.
My wife's a ginger, just like Ginger Snaps, and you got to say it with a softy R.
I heard that.
Did you?
He actually said it twice, so I should hope that you could hear it by now.
There I am.
That's all good. I hope you enjoy your own breakaway, though.
I miss Brian Cooper. How are you? I love you.
You right, Brian? How's your daughter doing?
I miss you so much.
I don't know whether you heard Ginger, his daughter has foot and mouth.
Oh, no. I didn't know that.
Very nice.
Wonton soup.
That's good. I like wonton soup.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat. Lulu says wonton soup. I'm more I like miso soup. I'm more a Japanese style miso. I'm a big sushi eater.
Personally, I can't say if I've knowingly tried either. Now, maybe if I, was in a
I like me.
restaurant and I gotta.
Oh, we got to get you.
Wonton soup
We got to
is
get you back
delicious.
over
It's more of a
to
Chinese dish, though,
England,
I think.
Sean, as well.
Sorry, Vix.
We have to get you back over to England for piss up.
Well, one of the best, and I'm not just saying it, one of the best places to get drunk on the globe is actually the island of Ireland. We actually.
Well, of course, but I don't drink, so this is
I
gonna
don't
be
think anybody will argue with you on that one.
no, exactly.
Brian does not
see,
love me anymore. How come? What happened, Cooper?
I'm sure if I was to come over to Ireland, it wouldn't take me much to get bloody drunk because I haven't drunk an alcoholic beverage
No,
in
it
over
doesn't
20
doesn't
years.
have to be. Doesn't have to be alcohol. Like, as I said, I am refraining. I'm staying away from cannabis for the moment because I want my mental state to level itself out.
Yeah, I'll bring over the CBD instead. That's a bit different, but
Guinness, I have a question for you. So, is it correct that that most people, when they drink, beer or ale, whatever you want to call it, in Ireland, that it's served at room temperature instead of ice cold?
what?
No.
No, okay. Because I always thought that was weird.
Room temperature?
Ellie, I think back in the day they did.
Hey,
that was back in the day. Okay,
no, I was gonna
all the time.
I was gonna ask you where did you come across that information, and maybe I might be able to
exactly.
I can't even tell you where. It was just something that I always heard. And my other question to you is that Blarney Stone shit just a fucking joke to see how many asshole Americans are going to come over and kiss that shit?
Well, Sean's actually kissed it, and it is not a yank.
Oh, shit.
Okay. On the Blarney Stone, I can tell you, not all the facts about it, but quite a bit. It was actually given as a gift from a Welsh king to Queen of Munster. See, Ireland was divided into, and still is, into 4 provinces. In total, there are 32 counties, but there's 4 provinces, and the provinces are Leinster, Munster, Connacht, and Ulster. And the Blarney Stone is located in Munster. Now, myself personally, I just naturally, to an extent, have the gift of the gab.
Most
it just
do, though.
happens, just happens to run in the old DNA, I suppose, or something. But I even personally myself, I went and I kissed the Blarney Stone, so I did. Now, I do know people that have kissed the Blarney Stone, and you wouldn't get 2 words out of them beforehand, and afterwards, they'd be full of conversation. But that could, there again, that could just be something mentally that allowed them to unblock something mentally to allow them to open up that part of their mind and to allow their speech to flow freely.
So that's the purpose of the Blarney Stone, because otherwise I better never get near that shit. I talk enough as it is.
You dare go to Ireland and kiss that stone because you never shut up as it is. You'll be impossible.
Well,
we will have to gag you and throw you up in the cupboard and never let you out.
It's I don't know now because of COVID restrictions and whatnot, but I know when I went, they actually, many people actually trying or attempting to kiss fell to their death.
Well, yeah, it's not easy to get to. You got to like scooch down, be on your back, kind of twist, hold on to this thing. And I'm not saying that I would do it anyway, because I got a height thing. But I'm thinking, how many people kiss that shit? Ain't nobody cleaning it. It's just.
Well, I won't lie. I kissed. I kissed it.
Did you clean it first?
Even though I sorry.
Did you clean it first?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know.
No. I'd be like, excuse me, I got some alcohol swabs.
Have you guys ever seen have you ever seen the series on Netflix called Outlander?
On the what?
Have you ever seen the Netflix series Outlander?
I've seen it advertised. I haven't watched it.
It sounds familiar. I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Okay, I think they have a stone there where I don't want to spoil it for any of you if you want to end up watching it, but it's an awesome series and it has a stone very similar to that, but it sends people back in time.
Well, back in time would be good.
Okay. Hey, here's an interesting news bit for Ellie and Constitutional. So, Press Now, New Hampshire is having a big audit thing. Me, NET, and two of his friends are meeting. Oh my God,
we already heard this. You're going to fly out there. It's going to be so exciting.
No, New Hampshire. It's right down the street.
Oh, New Hampshire. There. Okay, another one.
Yeah. That's where Press Now, New Hampshire was assaulted by the Department of Homeland Security officer. So he invited anybody from anywhere to come, and NET asked me about it. So we're gonna get together with a couple of his friends. We're going to drive up there. It's probably about 5-hour drive.
When's that?
But yeah, from my place to Maine, it's probably about 5 hours from where NET lives.
No, I said when.
This Saturday.
This Saturday. Okay.
Yep, nice. This Saturday coming up. So there'll be some good videos from everybody, I'm sure, coming out.
Well, keep us updated, hippie.
I'm gonna be running a panel. I might actually ask Ellie if she's not busy on that day. I might give her passwords and stuff to my stuff, see if she could run a panel, and then we could jump into it. You know what I mean? You know how I am running a panel.
God forbid you go a day without a panel.
I just think it would be kind of fun to be in New Hampshire, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of top name auditors there. So it should be interesting. He's inviting. There was 560 people tonight in the chat when he was asking everybody to come. So it's a big deal.
That is awesome.
That is cool. How many auditors are going to be there? Do you know?
I have no idea. There was 523 people in the channel tonight when he was running an update about it. And he set the date for Saturday, and he asked everybody to come. And this is something that's not only going to bring the community together, he said, but it's also some pushback to this place that, I guess treated him like ass. I actually didn't see the video, but I remember everybody ranting about how they beat him up,
Wow.
So it should be fun, Should be some interesting thing coming out of Hippie and NET.
To be honest, speaking from my own personal experience, like in London, or in the UK, but mainly in London, I felt like I had a lot. Well, this was many years ago, mind you, long before, you know what. But freedom of speech and freedom of expression, was as like London is quite diverse and forward thinking, very cultural city.
Mm-hmm.
As though in Ireland, from my personal experience, I hate to put like a bad light on it, but the truth is the truth. They're not very forward thinking. It kind of has to be, like blatant, meaning like about like diversity or about freedom of speech, and to be honest with you, there is two sides to the coin. I'm about to say something, and there is two sides to it. I would love to be in America and to have the, you know, like the Constitution, the freedom of speech, and, you know, like that to be embedded as like, you know, like one of the core values. And
You
the
sound
legal
familiar to me.
system. I know. Like, sorry.
You sound familiar, like I've heard your voice on YouTube before. Anyway, I don't want to pry anything out.
I don't know.
Just,
maybe
you sound
Well,
familiar.
I'd like to say that we in the U.S. would like to really have that too, but it seems to be a problem.
No, we've got freedoms.
Yeah, as of
you got to fight for them.
As of late, yeah, it seems to be an issue. But you know, I tell you one thing. Now I'm speaking from my own personal opinion. I guarantee you have a lot more freedom in the United States than you would in the Republic of Ireland.
Well, I agree with that.
I thought you were talking about London, because I was thinking to myself, like, I watch a lot of Auditing London. I'm in some of those channels with those guys. Last night I was trying to get on with Gypsy and Live Free, and I managed to get on with BuzzHack, and I get a lot of people for some reason coming asking me to go over there to those channels. So I got invited again to try and get on with Gypsy. So I love sharing us together. You know, I brought 30 people probably to Buzz's channel, you know what I mean? Americans. So I wish we could all be together as a giant community over here in America. A lot of the auditing community is a bit awry, you know, we're all fighting amongst each others, and they're probably the same over there, to be truthful, but I don't really know anything about go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead, bro. You're good.
I genuinely don't do it I don't mean to do it on purpose.
No, you have to interrupt.
Just so
Hippie.
I have to. Well, I do have I have a tendency to kind of interrupt people, but it just comes as a natural reflex, I suppose. But getting back to my question.
Shut up, Ellie. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm just trying to explain to him that you never shut up, so it's okay if he interrupts you.
Good, Guinness. We're just we're friends.
What do you mean by auditors?
What I do as an auditor is a bit different than what a lot of guys do, but basically I do town halls and police stations. When I do town halls, I go into every single room that's open that doesn't say I can't enter, and if anybody yells at me or blah blah blah, it kind of goes through a motion.
I don't know if that was his question. I think his question was, what is an auditor? Is that what you were asking?
To me, I think what he's asking.
Yeah, I was trying to clarify what an auditor was, and
right. So there's different types of. What an auditor.
Are you going to answer for me, the lady who's never done an auditor? Or are you going to let me answer?
I don't think he was asking you, but okay, go ahead, Mr. Hippie, because you were answering the question wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I see you, constitutional. Go ahead, Mr. Hippie.
I think an auditor is someone who stands up for their rights, whatever right that might be. That's my interpretation of an auditor. You know, everybody has their specific place that they like to do it. Some people like to do it in the private sector. Some people like to do it in the public sector. I consider my what I do is public photography. I like to just go into places and invoke my legal right to public photography.
No, it's just when you were saying the word auditor and auditors, I was thinking of like financial auditors.
No,
and, things of that nature.
That's because Hippie didn't listen to the question, but I got you, brother. Us Irish will stick together. I got you. Did he answer your question? Do you understand it? Or do you need somebody else to explain it?
Well, basically, from what I gathered, that hippie's doing is he's documenting things that he feels that are wrong, and or how can I say? How could I word it?
No,
Actually, no, that's not what he's doing.
No.
What he's doing is he's doing what is absolutely legal within our country, and he's proving a point because when we do stand up for our rights, government doesn't like it. So we have the Constitution, but they don't really want you to use it. So what they've done after that was to put in laws that restrict those things. And one of the things that he has the right to do is he has the right to address and regress his government because they are public officials paid for by tax dollars. So he has the right to go out and to record them if he wants, because recording isn't a crime. He could do it without the camera or not, but the camera just shows you that they don't want to be transparent. That's the purpose of the camera. So the camera, it also is freedom of the press.
So basically,
that's not the way I feel. My camera is to protect me from the men who come to put bracelets on me and take me to prison. It shows that I've done nothing wrong. And I said I was invoking my rights, which is exactly what I'm doing. My Second Amendment right to freedom of press.
That's what I was just explaining.
So I answered the question correctly the first time.
I don't think in a way that he understood it.
For instance, I understand now. Well, I believe I do. For instance, in the Republic of Ireland, up until you'll have to forgive me on the exact year. I know it was in the last couple of years. It was against the law to record a member of, well, we have a different name for our police force, but basically a member of the police without, their permission.
What do you call the police?
Regardless of what they were doing.
What do you call your police there?
You say
I didn't hear. What do you call
the
them?
native tongue of Gaeltacht or Gaelic? You say I'm gonna say right there because there's a Irish language, and then but unfortunately the majority of the population uses the English language as the first language. But in Irish it's Angada Síochána, and in English it's Garda or Gardaí.
You call your police Gardaí?
Yeah, Gardaí would be for a group, or singular would be Garda.
Okay.
Google it and you'll see it's written on the cards.
Okay, so in Ireland you don't have any Bill of Rights that has the right to freedom of press, is what you're saying. The press cannot record. They need permission from them?
You do, right? Up until a handful of years ago, I don't want to give you misinformation, so I can't be correct. I can't be correct on the year or the date that it was passed, but you are allowed to record the guards now. Like if you're being before this, if a guard stopped someone and was harassing them, and you tried to record them, that was an offense.
So could you go to jail for that, or would it be a fine?
Well, not to beat around the bush, but to give you a complicated answer, it all depends on who you are and who your family is in Ireland, quite literally.
Okay. So then my next question to you is,
quite literally,
if you were arrested, what would your charge be? Would it be recording the guard, or would it be public photography? What would your actual charge be if you were arrested for that before?
Well, it would be endangering a member of the guard's safety. It would be infringing on their privacy. It would also be
obstruction of justice,
obstructing them in the line of obstruction of justice and obstruction of them. You know.
Well, here's the thing. Here, that happens even today. That's what they call it, because they can't say that you're being arrested for photography. So they come up with a different charge: interference with a police officer, obstruction, criminal tools. You know, they make up different things because they can't say that it's for photography, because we have the right to freedom of press. So the camera does different things. Like Hippie was saying, it's to protect him, so this way everybody can see what really happens, because Hippie could be telling one story, the cops tell another.
There's also court cases like Cuniff versus or Glick versus the state of Massachusetts, and that's when all people in America got a legal court case that says it's legal for us to film cops. Where the freedom of press comes into play, and there's also court cases on this, and that refers to filming public employees, which aren't police officers, which also fall under court cases. So it's not necessarily, it's not always the Constitution that allows us freedom of the press. There are also court cases that back up that Second Amendment. If it weren't for those cases, I bet it would be much. There'd be much more arrests than, I believe, the one for public employees.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Hippie.
Go ahead.
Just so I'm clear, the first. I could be wrong now, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm actually, by rights, I should have looked this up myself. But however, would I be wrong in saying the First Amendment is the freedom to speech?
You are correct. I think he just made a mistake. He misspoke.
Okay, right. And the second amendment is the right to bear arms.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the First Amendment is more than just speech, though.
I don't know what the. Okay. It's like freedom of expression and freedom of religion.
Freedom of religion.
Right.
Freedom of religion, freedom to regress. I mean, there's 5 different sections to that. And I don't know if it's me, but this is all of a sudden gone wonky. Can you hear okay, Constitutional?
Yes.
I hear fine.
I think if you're clear.
Yeah, I can hear you okay as well.
Because I can't hear him at all.
As in me?
Is he still there?
Yep, he's talking.
Guinness? Yes, he is.
I can't hear anything he says.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Can everybody else hear me?
Might have to do like Constitutional was mad because he thought I wasn't hearing him earlier, and that's exactly what happened to me. I couldn't hear Constitutional. I thought he was muted. So there you go. Now we're at try 2 of can't hear.
Fuck StreamYard, I gotta say.
But there's 5 different sections, if he can hear me, to the First Amendment.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, you can hear. I can hear him now. Actually, I can hear him better now than I could before. Shit. So that's awesome. Hold on. Now I can't see my StreamYard though.
Okay. No, please continue to the 5 different sections.
Okay, so there's 5 different sections to just the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and the right to petition your government. That's all in the First Amendment. And just because we have these rights, though, doesn't mean that they don't try to stomp on them. That's why people like Hippie are really important, because he goes out to exercise them, and he's really good at making sure he knows what he's doing before he is. Like, you can't just go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be on public property. You don't have the right to go on private property to do that. But, you know, you have to make sure you understand what public is.
Tell them about the Fourth Amendment now, Ellie. That's the good one.
Yeah, I am. I know. Thank you for enlightening me on the 5 sections of the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, I believe, is the right to bear arms. I don't know the third or the fourth. I know the
Fourth Amendment is the United States Constitution. It's the Bill of Rights. It prohibits unreasonable searches, seizures. In addition, it sets requirements for issuing warrants. Warrants must be issued by a judge, magistrate, justified by probable cause, supported by oath and affirmation, and must particularly describe the place to be searched.
Cool.
That's
okay.
Exact
fair play.
From the Bill of Rights.
I think the fifth is the most important.
Yeah, I know about the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, that's the one where you have the right to shut the fuck up.
The right to remain.
Well, you can't invoke your Fifth Amendment right until you've been arrested. So it's actually not the greatest one to have.
In the Republic of Ireland, this is the truth. You can Google it, check it out. It's against the law to refuse to answer. For instance, if you're in an interview room, like in the UK, if you were arrested and you're being interviewed, what you are legally obliged to give is your name, date of birth, and address. In the Republic of Ireland, unfortunately, every question you fail to answer or you answer with no comment is an admission of guilt.
Oh, see, here you can refuse any question you want. Because you always have the right to legal counsel.
Yeah.
Because if you run your mouth beforehand and then they arrest you, anything you said can be used. And trust me, they use it against you here.
Yep.
And not to make it sound like all the cops are bad, because they're really not all bad, but a good majority of them are bad. And I don't feel that it's necessarily their fault.
They fire all the good cops. If you're a good cop here in the United States, you lose your job.
You won't have a job for long. Yeah, you won't have a job for long.
Well,
but being an auditor here, just so you know, is very hard to do. It's very hard. It's not easy. Like when you watch those videos, they're not easy because it's very costly in most cases to be an auditor. I mean, extremely costly because you get arrested and then you have legal fees that you have to pay. You know, if you work, you have time off of work. I mean, there's a lot to go through, let alone there could be a lot of brutality too.
Look at how many innocent Americans die every day. Every time I go out there and freaking do a First Amendment audit, there's always a chance of something going wrong. You know, I could die for sure. You know.
It really
standing up for your rights.
For standing up for my rights, yeah. I mean, I got the silver bracelets on me. It's on YouTube on a video, and I might win this case. If I do, it could become case law. I could have hippie auditor law.
Well, I don't know if they would call it the hippie law, but it would be cool. It would be cool. I'll give you that.
It would carry my name, though.
Hippie versus Cape Cod.
No, it would be the Steamship Authority versus my name.
Don't say your name.
I didn't.
Okay.
I have a million times anyway, so it don't matter. But yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
But we'll see. I don't know. Tomorrow morning I do court. I'm going to do a live panel. I won't show my court or play any of the sound of it, but I will be sitting here for you guys to watch. If I start crying and the door kicks open and guns are all over the place.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
You'll be able to see it.
What are you thinking? It's going to turn into World War III for you going to court?
No, I don't even have to go. I'm kind of happy I don't have to go. I don't have to be exposed to all these cretins out there. in the world.
Right.
Yeah, but you live in a pretty nice area.
Well,
that,
Well,
it's
if
a
you got
tourist
your
trap.
birthday at 8:30, that means I got to be up by 5:30. So
Ellie, my town
I'm
goes.
usually up at 5 anyway.
My town goes from 2,500 to 33,000.
right.
What? And they're all from everywhere. So this place
Because he
is
lives in
loaded with COVID.
a summer resort area.
Cool tools.
He lives with the high and
Yeah.
snobbies.
I'm the
Cool
Sanford
tools.
and Son.
Catch you again.
I'm the Sanford and Son in the middle of the freaking rich people.
He is not. He's lying. He's one of the upper echelons, and we're the little peons.
Yeah.
He's the Rockefeller, and
Maybe-
we're
Hey,
the scum under the shoe.
Ellie, maybe in spirit I'm the upper echelon, but in true world, no. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Hippie, Ellie. Sorry.
You don't think
I
he's
grew
the
up in
upper echelon?
If you know where, well, if you know where Newport Beach, California is, you got to look at how rich that fucking neighborhood is, and that city. It's insane.
Yeah, but where he lives is very rich.
I know.
Where Hippie lives is very rich.
Yeah, well, I that's what I'm trying to say is I grew up in Newport Beach, California, which is like prime.
No, but listen,
area. And
I mean,
but I was
my
poor
house,
as shit.
My house is pretty nice, but listen, I bought my house 21 years ago when things were, when 9/11 happened, man, this place turned into fucking an explosion. Like I told you guys recently, a buddy of mine was trying to buy a house for $630,000. It wasn't a great house, and some rich guy came in and put a bid $85,000 over the asking price and stole the house right out from under him. That's the kind of place I live in. People just throw around $100,000 like it's pennies. My wife just did a mortgage for a person who bought a fucking parking space for $108,000. A parking space.
Right.
Yeah.
For a parking space.
For a place to park your car, the person bought a fucking parking spot for $108,000. And think about that, because he didn't pay cash for it, which means over the long run, it's probably going to be more than $808,000. To be fair,
yeah, it's
right?
going to be 3 times that.
Yeah, but that's where I live, man.
That's why I said he lives in the upper echelon, and I'm in the ghetto area compared to him.
Like my yard doesn't have grass. My yard's fairly pretty because I have a lot of beautiful flowers, but I'm definitely
you have a lot of property,
poor
don't you?
guy. I have 3/4 of an acre, which on Cape Cod would be, honestly, right now I could sell my house for $600,000 or better, and then where am I going to go? I'd have a bunch of profit.
Well, that's the problem.
Where's the grass greener? I just as soon stay here, where at least if the war breaks out, I can jump in a boat and go out to sea and maybe make it over to the British side and survive.
If DJ lets you over there.
He's in the basement. I think Packer fan would like to come up. He's in the basement.
DJ, are you there? DJ, wake up.
Is that DJ snoring? It is. That is DJ. Yeah, she's out like a light.
I was wondering where that snoring was coming from. Diggs, wake up.
DJ. Shit. Nobody else can let him up.
Nope.
Well, myself personally, I don't own a property.
Well, I don't own it technically, bro, but the bank.
Oh, you have a mortgage still?
When I was living
I
in
have
London,
a mortgage yet.
When I was living in London, obviously I was a youth. But my family was living in basically a government housing.
Okay.
Like what's known as council built homes and flats. Like almost like projects, if you will. I think you call them in America, projects and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I currently live, which is also part of my culture, in like a I don't know what you call them over there, but you know, like well, we call them caravans or trailers over here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like they're
Yeah.
like not exactly a motorhome, but you kind of connect it maybe to a Jeep or to a vehicle and tow it with you.
Nice. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, bro.
I don't think
If
she's
you know,
answering her phone.
If you're happy, that's all that matters, my friend. Right? I mean, I don't know.
Well, see, there again, I hate to come back to the laws about the Republic of Ireland, but as one of the ways for them to eradicate our culture, they outlawed parking on the side of the, like, we're nomadic people, and we used to make encampments on like laybys, or you know, or maybe even, you know, you might get permission off a farmer. This is back in like my grandfather's day. For instance, my mother was born under a wooden wagon on a bale of straw, and was raised in a wooden wagon until they started basically producing and importing metal and plastic caravans and trailers. But yeah, it's against the law. For instance, if you park somewhere, you get 24 hours to move along. You know, if not, basically you're fined and charged.
I guess what I would say in America,
off the top.
I thought he was done, but I was gonna say he sounds to me kind of like what we would call in America a gypsy, right? Just kind of cruising around, going from place to place.
Yeah, that's what I think it sounds like too.
That's
being like a nomad, not belonging to one specific.
Dirty kids.
Dirty kids.
Yeah, there is. See, there's.
Yeah, I'm serious.
There's difference, and there's difference. There's. Sorry.
He said there's differences.
I was just saying they call them dirty kids or traveling kids here in America.
Well, you guys would.
Well, there's a lot.
Well,
worse.
good morning, DJ.
Hey,
like,
DJ,
instance,
how's your nap? Sorry, bud.
I just been knowing about listening. Thinking, oh my.
You weren't listening. You were snoring.
I wasn't snoring.
Like,
well, you have KY in the basement.
Yeah, you've been snoring. We've been recording it. We're gonna make a video. I already sent it to No Justice.
You was snoring like
my fucking cold's getting worse. It's because the KY's in the
Oh, we're gonna blame it on the cold.
Yeah.
Fucking head cold. That isn't a fucking lie.
We've been calling you for 10 minutes.
I don't
People in the chat were trying to rally us to yell, DJ, wake up all at once. Go ahead, bro.
And I said let her sleep, but so whatever.
And before I lose track of thought, there are many ethnic groups like my own, which they have certain aspects of their culture that are similar or almost, you know, identical in certain aspects, but they still identify as their own ethnic group. Like, for instance, there's Irish travelers, there's Scottish travelers, there's what's known as Roma, and they hail, so they do, from Romania. Well, originally from South India, and they traveled and predominantly hail from Romania and kind of that region of the world at the moment. But then there's, in England, for instance, there's English gypsies,
Good night, Lulu.
You know,
the original gypsies were from Romania area.
Before I question that, could you enlighten me, please? Because it depends on what. Sorry, go ahead.
Depends on the clan. My father was Polish, and my mother was Bohemian. And according to my mother's grandfather and my grandfather, the original gypsies were from Romania and in that vicinity, the countries, but they had no country. They just roamed in that area between Poland and Romania. You know, those they roamed back and forth. That's why they were gypsies. They really had no homeland. And between Bohemia and Poland and Romania and those countries, they just roamed back and forth. And I remember my grandfather telling me that his father told him, and that was back in the early 60s that I heard those stories. So I go by word of mouth, and because that's where they lived before they came to the U.S. in 47.
Okay. I there's just one or two things that not that I'm right or not that you're wrong. It's just
there's gypsies all over, all over Europe. There were,
yeah, right. There's gypsies from all over Europe.
Exactly.
But the Roma gypsies but they have their roots in India. Their roots actually were in India, and they settled predominantly around Romania and forgive me, Czech Republic, Romania, Czech Republic, Slovakia, that type of region.
Yes, because the Arabs were a nomadic people. They were nomadic herders. So yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. Irish travelers are nomadic people as well. Now, propaganda would for a long time. Propaganda for a long time. There was an event that took place on the island of Ireland, which is known as the potato blight, okay, or the Great Famine. A lot of propaganda stated for a while after that, stated that that's where Irish travelers came into existence, which is false. Irish travelers, for instance, they actually did genetic code, so they did DNA tracing and whatnot, and they came to the conclusion. Or the results proved that they had some of the oldest DNA on the island of Ireland. So henceforth, they were some of the most earliest settlers. Speaking about Irish travelers, but propaganda and prejudice and one thing or another, kind of blurred things and kind of miscued things. But
what the fuck?
He's swearing now.
Hippie. What's wrong, Hippie?
Yeah, let's blame hippie.
I'm looking at it. Somebody typing something in chat somewhere else.
Yeah.
Quite discerning.
Not more drama.
What does it say?
That's all right. I'll leave it alone. Don't bring drama to other people's channels.
Yeah.
Hey, KY, I was trying to get on here earlier because I've been trying to get this guy, Jim Busby, with you guys, and he's a bit computer illiterate. He said he sent Bud a couple of emails.
I've never got any emails.
I think that the email might have came as a different name, not Jim Busby, is what I'm assuming might be confusing.
Oh, okay.
It's Bart Big Dog or Bart. I'm not positive. I did bring him to your channel today in my thing, and I asked him to subscribe. So I don't know if there's a way we can get to him that way. He's really eager to help. He's very excited about it. Blah blah blah. So I don't know how. I'll get him to send me an email, and then maybe I'll forward it to you guys, so that way you can.
Here, just have him email me.
All right, is that
XLOGGIE @gmail.
Wait a minute, let me get something to write it down.
It's in the private chat. It's in the private.
It is. All right, let me copy it, and then I'll forward it to my wife, and then I can. All right, cool, awesome.
Everybody knows that.
Because I've also got another buddy on my PlayStation World. This guy's got an incredible story. He was a sniper, and he came into a checkpoint in Afghanistan, and he was waiting around for their orders, him and his spotter and whatever, and something was detonated near the site, and he lost his spotter and a couple other people, and he has a real hard time. Goes in and out of
PTSD,
mental institutions or whatever you want to call it, because
PTSD.
Can't hold it together. So I'm trying to begging him to come in. I think at some point I'll get him in here. I gotta keep working with him. He's got an amazing story, and he does like talking about it. So just getting him when he's in his right mind is the difficult part, and I get that 100%. So
it's hard to imagine just talking to a friend 1 minute and the next minute they're gone.
They're dead, and especially a spotter, because you guys have a super intimate relation.
You're a team.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Integrated team.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get him in here as well, but we got Jim. We just got to make it happen. He's excited to help out.
Well, I was going to have a word with some English vets as well to see if we can get them all on panel at the same time. That'd be pretty good.
I think, and the cool thing for Jim is that he's interested. He was telling me about, I don't want to quote where it was, but there was a ship party for, the Navy veterans, and it was coming up here fairly recent. He was all excited to, meet up with some other veterans because he's kind of been separated from. And that's why I thought it would be great for him to come into your channel and maybe run into some other veterans and, have a camaraderie.
If you want to try to connect with some old friends, you can go to military.com, and there's a friend finder app as part of the website. And you put in their name and their last known unit of assignment, and they'll search from that name, and try and locate that person for you.
Wow.
That's military.com.
That's an awesome tool.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You have a friend that you think he might still be in the military or out of the military. Military.com, it's a friend finder. And you, like you said, you put in their last known unit of assignment, and they'll search from there for you.
And they'll tell you where they're living now?
No, I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? They'll try to help you. That's
okay.
Join the site.
Yeah. I came in at the end of that, and I quite literally, I was thinking to myself, they hardly give the person's location away.
No. They'll try to connect you, but they may not be by giving you his address. Okay, so
yeah.
Sometimes
read you.
they'll figure out ways to do that because they have to be careful. People have friends, but they
Of
also have
course,
enemies.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, they've got it figured out.
And Hippie, it was your dad that was in the military, or your
my dad. I was born on a base. My dad was stationed in Otis Air Force Base. That's where I was born. It's all decommissioned now, but most people would know of Otis Air Force Base because during 9/11, the squadron of pilots that were stationed for the White House were off on chasing down that plane that had all the people. So they scuttled two planes from Otis Air Base, which is a hell of a long ways away. But
It don't take long in afterburner.
Yeah, they got there and protected, So
was he a lifetime career Air Force?
My dad was in the fire department in the Air Force. He wasn't actually a pilot or anything. So, but he did do a long service. I believe he retired from the military. I don't speak to him, unfortunately. Funny because Jim Busby and I and another veteran were talking, and my dad married a woman from Vietnam before he came home, so he had already left my mother, and then my dad just never paid attention to me. He never acknowledged me, So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's I get it.
Like that. I don't want to upset you.
Like Bud said, or KY said, it's a depressing thing to go through. I get it.
I'm sorry. I really am. I wish I didn't bring it up. I feel bad now.
Nah, that's fine, Ellie. My book, my life is an open book.
Part of his makeup as a human being.
Right.
We all go through different life stories and life lines and take different paths, and it's what makes us unique. And it gives us unique perspectives to everything we do compared to other people because of our uniqueness.
Hey, motherfuckers!
Oh God, there goes the neighborhood.
Oh,
I just literally put in chat, are you still in here, Ginger? And then you just jumped up. It's like, whoa. Fucking hell.
It's like in my channel, I always kid around. If we say Joe Cool 3 times, he mysteriously comes out of the woodwork and appears.
Probably because he was lurking in the first place.
Oh, he's a lurker, that one. Oh, I like Joe. He's funny. His laugh makes me laugh.
Who just left? Oh, Guinness just left.
If you have your friend, put that Jim Busby in his email, no matter what name he uses on his email, I'll know. It's just put, hey, it's Jim Busby trying to contact Bud Grower, and that way I'll know.
He comes in pretty much every day. He was in there today. I tried figuring it out. He said he sent 2 emails, and I had just talked to Bud like a couple of days ago about it, and so he was aware there was an email coming. But then Jim said today, well, maybe it's because my email name is probably different than my Yahoo or YouTube.
Yeah, he said he was waiting for Jim Busby to email. He said I didn't get any, so this is why we call him Bud Slower. All right.
He's terrible with emails.
Is he?
Yeah.
There goes that bus again.
Hey, now I got
that bus.
Now I got KY as email. So
yeah, if he sends emails me, I will forward it. Hey, yo, Bud Slower, it's Jim Busby.
It's about the men out there, right? I mean,
yep.
I don't know.
There you are,
it's
baby.
It's
a big part of my heart, man. Is people don't appreciate what people in the military do, So
well, see, like when I got hurt in '98, and they wanted to put me out immediately. I said, why? Just because I have a 3. There's a thing in your personnel record called Pulleys Code. And if it's all 1s, you're in perfect health. If you got a little ding, you might have a 2 somewhere. If you get a 3 or above, you're not going out in the field at all, and you're not doing anything, So if you get a 4, you're out of the service. That's all there is to it. So at least that's the way it was But nowadays they're fitting men with legs and letting them go back in the field. They've got prosthetic legs. There's Marines serving that have prosthetic legs, one prosthetic leg, and yeah, they're serving out in the field with the rest of the guys. So,
and I'm
things
sorry,
have changed.
I missed it. Okay, well, what branch were you in?
Army, 28
Army.
years.
Okay. How many years?
28. Well, 20.
Wow.
27. 11 months and 17 days. I think that's close enough. That's close enough to 28 for me.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. I was 13 days out of that much long. I call it 28. But yeah, I mean, so I got a 3 on my back, and because of my injury, my hips and my back, and they said, we'd like to, you to retire. You've got enough time to retire. I said, no, I'm good. Find me a desk job. I can still do a lot of good. I've got a lot of knowledge. I'm due for another promotion. That's what I was looking at. I was due for another promotion to E8. I was already on the list, ready to go to school. But I fought for a year and a half with the JAG and the school. Say, well, you can't go to school if you've got a 3. Why not? Well, you can't do the PT test. I said I could do the alternate. Well, we don't accept that. It's not your job to accept it. The Army accepts it. Do alternate PT test. You can't tell me I can't. It's 2 Army standard, and that's all that needs to be done. 2 Army standard, not your standards or some standards you choose to make up. It's like the Constitution. You can't change the standard to, well, I have feelings, and my feelings say you got to do better than that or different than that. No, it's to the standard, and that's what everything is done in the Army, to standard, and the alternate PT test is to standard. And
can I ask you an off-the-wall question?
I didn't. No questions off the wall.
Oh no, this probably is. If somebody was discharged from service dishonorably, is there any way years later they can make the military reverse that and put it down as general discharge or discharge, with honors versus a dishonorable?
Depending on the situation, if it was over drugs or assaulting an officer or something like that, no way in hell. But if it was under certain circumstances, they have been reversed.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that, but they were discharged for something criminal.
No, probably not. Not with today's.
They have a thing
if
about
it was
that,
a minor criminal offense, it's possibility.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, no, probably not.
Okay. That's the answer I was hoping for.
Shoplifting. There have been guys kicked out for shoplifting and stealing. Well, nowadays, find a youngster that doesn't have a pot, ticket or thing on his record, or a minor.
Well, no, the crime was serious to get that.
Yeah, probably
dishonorable, and they definitely deserved it, in my opinion. Again, but now my understanding is, even though this was years and years ago, because there's no benefits from being, dishonorably discharged for this.
Exactly.
They're saying it was for, they had post-traumatic stress, which is a bunch of crap in this situation. In this situation, it's a bunch of crap. But, I'm like, can this motherfucker really go back and get them to reverse that?
No, I don't think so. I doubt it.
Okay.
Now,
only because there was
of his PTSD, he was acting out.
No, this was a criminal. This would be criminal in military and in our court, and was charged both.
No, that probably not then.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I would say probably not. I had a friend who was a Navy nurse, and she was in Vietnam. She was stationed on an aircraft carrier, and she got orders assigning her, not attaching, assigning her to a unit in Vietnam. There was a mistake. They were supposed to attach them. That way they couldn't say there were no women assigned in units in Vietnam.
You're really roboting.
I'm sorry.
Does anybody else hear the roboting?
No.
No?
Nope.
I don't.
No, I hear no roboting.
All right, let me try to jump down and then jump back up. Maybe it's me. I'll reset my phone.
Okay.
I'm going to jump out, I think, guys. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay on here too long.
All right.
KY, it was good seeing you, bud. I'll keep working on that source for you, and
all right.
I'll make it happen for sure. I promise you.
Okay.
All right, bud. Have a great night.
All right. Later. Stay safe. Be well.
Bye.
Bye, DJ.
See you tomorrow.
Bye,
Bye,
Constitutional.
Hey,
Rights
Rice.
for Vets. What's up? See you
Hello,
later, buddy.
everybody.
I'm out of here.
Say good night.
Hello, Ginger. Bye, Constitutional.
Any porn to share with us tonight?
Bye, Invisible.
I didn't know what he says.
I said, any porn to share with us tonight?
Oh, man. I'm glad you were there. Thank you, KY. I didn't see that. I was looking around. What?
Sorry, guys. Fucking hell.
Well, you missed that one, DJ.
Oh, no, I actually didn't when you got porn bombed.
Yeah. Thank God for KY. I didn't see it. I was looking at the chat.
I did.
Yeah, he was looking away when it happened.
KY says, shut everything off. I was just touching everything. Boom, boom, boom,
He's
boom.
like, what's going on? Someone serving
I'm invisible today, man. What the fuck's going on?
Someone was serving blue waffles.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I had
Happy mood
Race
now.
for Vets had an X-rated channel. Didn't know about it. You girls gonna have Women Night Friday. We had Men's Night Wednesday. See how quiet they are now, KY? See?
No, I think it's about time we had the women on top. Definitely.
But anyhow, my friend had 9 years, I believe 9 years, she said, in the Navy, and Vietnam finished. And then they started downsizing. She said, I'm just going to go over and join active duty Army and just transfer over. So she did.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Have a good night.
She was in Hawaii at the time, so they just stationed her in Hawaii. That's poor baby,
Lucky lady.
Yep. So she got her initial tour, and you always get to stay either 2 or 3 years in your initial spot. So, according to the record, that was her first tour, so she got to spend 2 to 3 years there at Hawaii. So.
Is that frowned upon when you go from one branch to another?
No. So if you've got a skill like a nurse or a doctor, they readily accept you. Especially in the case where they were being downsized and told you, we're eliminated. They had all these people after Vietnam. They were what's that term they use for getting rid of officers? They were making officers into senior enlisted men, E7s, captains, majors, lieutenants, and they had way too many. Thousands more than they need. So and if they wanted to stay, they said we can make you into a senior NCO. But the thing is, when you retire, you go back to the rank you were formerly, and you retire at that rank. So she was a captain, as a nurse, and they downgraded her to an E6. And when she joined the military, she said, "I don't care. When I retire, I'll be a captain again." But she had to fight. It was 12 years before they finally. And I said, "Get your congressman involved. Get Kentucky's Congress." I said, "Mitch McConnell he's the big guy in Congress." I said, "You're here in Kentucky now." I said, "You have him behind you." I said, "Get him to push." And they need to. She has copies. It says you are assigned, not you are attached. And she had copies of her orders proving she was assigned in Vietnam. So
you would have to
give
wait.
her the Vietnam ribbon.
You would have to wait to the end of that term, though, right? So if you re-upped for like another 4 years, you can't 2 years and switch out.
Exigent circumstances, they let you switch. In the case where they're downsizing and eliminating,
okay.
Yeah, where you are has nothing. They just do needs of the service termination and immediate reassignment to a sister service and immediate apply and acceptance to the other service, and you're active the same day. There's no skip in service, so there's no break in service. You don't lose any active duty time.
Okay.
It's what needs of the service. There's always an exception. Needs of the service. That's how they promote you in the field. Needs of the service. The sergeant and lieutenant are dead. The senior guy, whoever he is, corporal or the lowest sergeant, instead of the E7 or E8 in charge of the E5, you're now the E6. You got 2 stripes. You're now a platoon sergeant. Just that fast, because needs of the service. Even though in peacetime it doesn't happen that way, but needs of the service, time of war, yeah.
And you can skip levels, right?
In time of war, yes. Not in a regular service, no.
Oh, not in a regular service. Okay.
Not in regular peacetime, no. It's by promotion point and tests and test scores, your MOS test scores and other things. That's the way it was when I was, and it's been 19 years, so things might have changed, but that's the way it was. You took your MOS test, and that rated you, and then there's promotion points for time in service, time in grade, what job you're on. So that all makes a difference. The type of unit you're in. If you're in an elite unit, or if you're in a support unit, that even affects your promotion. So the schools you take, the education you have, the college, they ask you, once you make E5 and E6, they ask you to have a college degree if you want to get ahead. So if people aren't motivated, they aren't.
Butt's back.
Oh God! First the Canadians, and now that Bud guy.
I know.
Hey, I'm a good girl.
That's what he said.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
I am.
Hey, Bud.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, at least we
Hi, Bud.
actually did your panel, before you guys could actually be bothered to turn up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least she's awake when you got here, Bud. She was sleeping and snoring when I got here.
Well, I jumped on panel with her for a minute, and then I had to go, but my roommate still hasn't arrived yet, so...
That's why I came up, because KY couldn't make it, Bud couldn't make it, so I showed up.
So I called and talked to Ginger and I talking. I said, just leave me on the phone. And she said, yeah, let's do that. That way she could relay my responses.
Yeah.
And then finally, after about a half hour, I finally got internet. They finally got the internet working there. And then I was able to come on the chat, but then it quit again.
Nice.
I said it's really dodgy there, really, really spotty in that place.
How is Renee today?
Yeah, she's getting
All right, guys.
even
I think
weaker.
I'm going to jump down and go to sleep. It's getting late.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to see
Don't
you
blame
again,
me.
Ellie.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for coming
Thank
out.
you. Try not to be timing me out no more, DJ.
Good night, Alan.
I will try and resist the temptation. Oh, Ellie's in the building. Let's time her out a few times. Let's fuck her off, you know.
I know that's what it is, but 4 or 5 times is a little overkill. So,
Why the fuck
Yeah, but it's not her fault, though.
Now wait a minute. Look
I tell you what, Ellie.
Jackie. Jackie timed out. Was it
all right, guys, take it easy.
Bill
Have a good night.
Dado?
It was a girl
24
called
times in
Marie.
5 minutes.
Yeah, Marie, that was. And that is totally impossible to get timed out that many times.
Yeah, you cannot get timed out 24 times in 5 minutes. You just can't.
It made my chat go absolutely nuts, and I was reading it thinking, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that's got to be the Google mod. It can't be you or someone doing that. There's no way in
I know what you
hell
mean.
that anyone could do it that many times.
Have you got your YouTube on, bud? Yeah, he has. Fuck's sake. He should know by now as well, KY. You should give him a kick up the backside.
Who? What?
Bud, he comes on. He's got his YouTube volume on because it's
he does it
roboing.
all the time. Drives me crazy.
Or he's listening to other channels at the same time, and we can all hear
Does
it
it
as
all
well.
the time.
I was going to
Okay,
say,
Bud. Hippie Otter said that Jim Busby has emailed you several times and you haven't responded.
yeah.
Yo, Bud.
Huh.
Earth the Bud. Earth the Bud.
Get your phone out your backside. Stop putting on vibrate and having a good giggle. I mean, the actual term motorboating doesn't mean your asshole. Goodness sake.
At any rate, I think she's about to lose it because I gave her a kiss on the forehead when I got there, and she swatted my hand away when I leaned over to say hi and hold her hand. She swatted at my hand.
Oh,
And
I'm so sorry.
she her lips are real cracked because she can't close her mouth. Her muscles aren't strong enough to even hold her mouth shut, so she's got her mouth open constantly now. And her lips are so cracked they were bleeding a little bit. So she asked for some lip balm and this cream, and they got it for her yesterday, and they put it on yesterday. But today, when they went to put it on, she fought with them when they wanted to do it. But they were bleeding so bad they had to. They said,
"Hey guys, I'm going to the store. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my meds."
By the time you get back, we'll be done and gone probably.
Oh, who knows? You might not be. You just never know. It's one of those. In regards to that, cool tools. I haven't changed my settings in regards to age and that. So, and it only started happening when I'd done that panel with Upstate, which would have been a couple of months ago now. And they don't do it every single time I have a stream, but I don't know. It's just very strange. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I will get it sorted out because I'm getting a bit ticked off with it because people think that somebody in here is doing it, or I'm pissed off with people, which I'm not, because I'd actually say so if you piss me off.
Can you give me a small bowl cottage cheese and a plastic spoon?
Oh, you can't forget the plastic spoon.
I'm lazy. I don't want to have to wash dishes.
That's what I buy for my coffee because I go through so much coffee. I buy plastic spoons.
It hurts me to stand. So
I hear ya.
If I have something like a quick snack like that, I'll just use a plastic spoon.
You know what I did, KY? Thank God. Remember, I got those bran muffins, and I had
Yes.
a hard time finding them.
Okay.
I froze them all. So if I ever need one, I can pull it out and just put it in the microwave, right? Hello?
Just a minute. I was reading this.
For heaven's sake.
No, Cool Tools. I can get there at 9 in the morning, but I have to leave by 10 o'clock at night. No later than 10 o'clock. But the head nurse at night, she's a Packer fan, so she lets me stretch it sometimes 10 or 15, 20 minutes. But she
was a nice nurse, that one that came in.
Yeah. But she said, I don't do it too often. She said, I'll get in trouble. Then, I said, no, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I definitely would have joined you guys.
One day I'll stay 10 minutes late. The next day I'll leave on time. And another day I'll go 15 minutes late. And then I tell them, I fell asleep, so they buy it. And she winks. The nurse winks at me. Yeah, you fell asleep. Wink, wink.
I definitely would have joined you in that chat if it wasn't just about to go live with Bud, because I didn't know Bud was having issues either, and I was eating
that's why
time as well.
2 weeks ago, when he went down in that storm drain and got that water on his open wounds, that's when he got infected, and it's just been getting worse ever since. And if these antibiotics he's going for don't do the trick, he's going to have to go to the hospital. So it could be weeks.
All I could say is my sinuses are getting a little bit better, but it's just getting fucking ridiculous. I can hardly breathe with one side of my nose, and the other side's getting more blocked up, and it's just irritating.
Crapper. Cool Tools, you're going to get in trouble.
Everyone's going to be in trouble. I'm going to fucking shit on everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
But
I mean, Marshall's okay. He's like a brother, so he gets away with a lot.
And my mic's not loud enough.
I think her brain is getting so starved now that it's barely functioning, and like I said, she's starting to swat at the nurses and stuff. So I can get kind of. I don't think she has the lung muscles to get much more pressure to speak. I don't know if she can take a deep breath to speak anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
Take it.
You want some pineapple to go with that?
Yeah. I like pineapple on top of my cottage cheese. Cincinnati earned me a few pounds in 88, 89. Earned? I think he meant earned. Did you collect enough firewood?
Is my mic working okay?
Yeah, Mike's working just fine.
Oh, okay. It feels like when I speak, no one hears me.
Thank you.
Pardon?
I was talking to Brandon.
See?
This time it was Brandon. My son Eric was at the hospital, and she goes, "Hi, Brandon." I said, "No, that's Eric." So then Jason, he left, and Jason showed up. She goes, "Hi, Brandon." I said, "No, it's Jason."
very frustrated today.
And Jason can't stay long. He said, I can't be here more than a half hour, 45. He said, I can't take Mom looking like this. I said, well, Jay, it's a fact of life. We all go through this at one time or another.
Okay, why I couldn't go when my grandma the last few days she was at the hospital. I couldn't go up.
But I have to try to contact a lawyer, do a consultation, because I have power of attorney, and I think, seeing her mind is starting to go anyhow, that I can sign the DNR. I can't see them trying to break all her ribs and try to revive her.
No, she won't survive.
No, she wouldn't survive anyhow. Her veins are all too thin and she's too dehydrated. They would puncture her lungs and her heart trying to revive her. So what is the sense?
No, I think in that situation, I think they would let her go.
No. She has withdrawn the DNR. They have to, because if they just let her go, then they could be sued. So no, they have to continue resuscitating and compressions, chest compression, until the EMTs show up. And they have to continue compression until she gets to the hospital and is declared dead by the doctor at the hospital.
Yeah, it has to be declared by a doc in a hospital.
Right.
It's a law, isn't it? But I would definitely get an attorney on that and quickly. Because you don't want her to suffer any more than she has to. Definitely not.
But she's being difficult as usual.
Well, I'm sure if I was in that situation, I'd be a bit ticked off as well.
Well, I think she's already having issues because she makes it sound like she thinks that if she lets her heart stop, she's committing suicide. I said it's not suicide if it's natural causes. If you stabbed yourself in the heart, that would be suicide. If you put a bag over your head, that would be suicide. If your heart stops by itself, that is natural causes.
It is. And then she wouldn't get any better from that anyway. She'd get a lot worse. So
exactly.
She'd be in a lot more pain. So I feel for you there. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in your position at all, but you've got to do what's right for her at the end of the day. Which isn't an easy decision to come to, but I'm sure your sons would agree with you there.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cool Tools. My son told me his best friend passed away from COVID yesterday. 37 years old. He got infected about 3 weeks ago. It was confirmed about 2 weeks ago, and within 2 weeks he was gone.
Sometimes it happens really quickly.
It's scary.
It's not really a lot you can do about it either.
I'm scared to leave the house.
And that's what they want you. They want you to be afraid.
That's exactly why I got that gift. You see, you can leave the house for short.
Oh, I will be, but I just have to wait for Hamilton to die down. it's flared right back up again. Because it flared up in Toronto, and the people that work in Toronto, they commute back to Hamilton, and, it's spreading here.
I'm sure you'd be all right, like, if you just went to a local
It's
shop
bad
for a
here
few
right
minutes
now.
and come back.
But the other surrounding cities aren't bad. It's just Hamilton and Toronto.
Well, it was bad in London for quite a while, but I was still going into London and I was fine.
No, it's
And
really
I've
bad
got
here right now.
pre-existing conditions myself, and you can't stop
Yeah,
it
but I don't
from...
want to die. My lungs are bad. They've already collapsed. A month ago I would have, but the last 2 weeks, it's bad here right now. We had a big flare-up. And they had 2 sporting events here in Toronto and somewhere else. And there was people that had COVID that went, so now all of them, they all have to go be tested. There is an outbreak. I don't know if it's a football game or something. I don't know.
Surely, though, they should have all been tested before, like, going anywhere near it. I mean, if they're going to...
You know what? They're doing it deliberately. They shouldn't even have these events going on when, you have an outbreak. I think it's done purposely. I really do.
I don't know about purposely, but I think they're being very blasé about certain things.
There's a lot of kids that recently just got it too again. Why are they sending them to school? Some of the teachers aren't vaccinated. There was write-ups about that, and parents are mad.
But the kids have only just gone back to school.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
That's terrible.
I watch the news every morning here in Hamilton. I want to go down to the dollar store and shit. I mean,
it is a difficult situation. You're right, but
Tonkin, is that you again?
that wouldn't surprise me if it was. He's just being a cheeky git, isn't he? Everyone's gone quiet all of a sudden, haven't they?
Yep.
What is wrong with people today? Either that they, want to talk continuously, or everybody is all quiet.
I was looking to see if I had any appointments tomorrow. It's hard to keep everything straight with when you go away all day like that,
I know exactly what you mean.
Well, I don't know how long you want to run. You're almost at 4 hours.
Do not mind. It is up to you guys. I'm easy going about these sorts of things, as you well know.
Yeah, I've seen your 8-hour panels.
Oh, I'm certainly not going to be doing that today.
Yeah, you're
No,
obviously.
no, we're not in my bloody head cold getting worse.
Yeah, I was saying you're
Again.
not in your condition. You probably like to lay down and go to sleep right now.
No, I'm actually not that bad at the moment, but it's my epilepsy meds. I should have taken them earlier, rather than. But because I was dealing with fucking cops, so I couldn't exactly do that at the time that I would normally would have. But fucking idiots. Who on earth is William Blair?
No name.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I was like, hang on a minute, I don't recognise the name and that. I was just making sure because I didn't want to like ruin. I'm not saying you would ruin anything. Like,
You must be living in a nudist colony.
Kind of looks bad. I'm not wearing a shirt right now, but it's
that's all right. No, don't worry about it. How are you doing?
I don't know, man. I got played. I don't know. This bitch fucking with me, man.
What do you mean you got played?
I don't know, man. This fucking girl I was like living with all last week, man. She just fucking me and her had a fight Sunday, and next thing you know, it's like we talked Monday, then we talked Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday or Thursday. Like I was supposed to be there last night because I couldn't get there last night. So she's got a ball busting. She's busting my fucking balls. Through my friend is there with her, but basically my friend doesn't want to like me to say anything, so she's got a guy friend over there, but it's not a boyfriend, so it's like trying to piss me the fuck off. So I know the details on that. I still just want to smash the motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far because then you get yourself nicked. I mean that isn't good now, but
you might want to keep a lower profile.
if it's meant to be.
KY, I was doing what I was doing without any intention of starting a relationship, of starting anything with anyone. And then, it's like, it was more her. She was the one that I didn't even think anything was going on. It's like, it was more her.
Well,
fucking started it.
Well, if you're not sorted within yourself, I wouldn't start anything with anyone. You've got to be completely good yourself before doing anything like that, I think.
Yeah.
Personally.
I don't know.
It only causes issues.
She's the one that started it, basically, and then now all of a sudden me and her are beefing back and forth about it. Now she's like saying I fucking I don't know, I don't know. I was trying to go take care of my life and then go fucking do something after, but just I don't know. She just went off and did her own shit.
Everybody's volume cut out. You muted yourself, I think.
I didn't mute myself. Maybe the cops did.
There were no cops in my channel.
No name?
I could dress up as a cop, but no, I've had my fair share of cops today. Thank you.
I'm here.
Yeah, no name. Don't get yourself in a situation you can't get yourself out of. Drop her. Forget about her. Forget about him. It'll come back to her.
Yep.
Don't get yourself in trouble for her sake. She'll love it if you do. You know what I mean? She'll laugh her rear up. You're in jail. Forget about her.
I actually think you would deserve better than that because I don't think you're a bad person, and I haven't seen you do anything that's terrible. So, I would bide your time, and the right person will come to you, or you will find that right person. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Just be patient, and
Yeah, that's right. Oh boy, here goes my train again.
I was gonna say. Yeah. Who's got trains on now? Fucking hell.
Did you guys get to see the fucking KY? Remember the video I showed you about the other day? That guy that I filmed with made. He got the live radio transmission of the cops pulling me over. They ran my name and pulled me over because I'm quote unquote a sovereign citizen and I have family members that are veterans. If that's any probable cause I ever fucking heard of, that's the worst one. If that's an excuse to pull me over.
I actually think I was on that panel of yours. I think I was in that room of yours when the cops pulled you over that time, and that was scary.
Yeah, I didn't get pulled over. That was somebody else I was with. But I'm just saying, they're saying they were pulling me over. They said they were running my name and shit. Yeah.
Well, why would they be running your name for? It's none of their business, is it?
The car was registered to me, but I mean, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. But I mean, I'm just saying what the transmission said. They were running my name, and they were running my name, saying that I'm a sovereign citizen, and I have family members that are vets. So that's not probable cause to run somebody's name. But I wasn't driving the car, so.
No, quite. I don't understand cops sometimes. I really don't.
I'd like to say something about that. You know, you auditors who are out there, you can listen to me. You guys are doing great about getting rid of the tyrants, cops. But you're defeating your purpose because it's not them that's really doing it. I mean, they are doing it, but I mean, they got to go above their pay grade. The people who are causing this stuff, allowing this to happen, allowing the cops to do this to us.
No, that's right.
I agree.
I'm not actually right, because that's, I wish I could fucking say it on panel right now, but that's exactly where I'm going with this. It's not, you just hit it right on the head. It's not.
You don't have to say. Well, we actually get what you mean. So it's all,
don't say
it's all good.
We know.
It's the sergeants, it's the corporals, it's the fucking lieutenants, it's the field training officers, it's the captains, it's the majors, it's the chief of police, it's all of the above.
That's
They are the ones not correcting the issue on the lower levels. They are the ones that are allowing it. So when you do ask for a supervisor to come up to the scene, they just go along with the fucking officers. They don't say, wait a second, you're out of line, officer. Step back. I'm the sergeant. I'm going to step in and fucking correct this situation. You, sir, have a nice night. You did nothing fucking wrong. And I'm going to have a 20-minute conversation with this motherfucker before I send them back to retraining.
I wouldn't say all cops are bad like that. I mean, you normally get like a few good sergeants or lieutenants or whatever that come onto the scene and that, and we'll
No,
sort
there's not a lot of that.
No, but there are some.
Recently, in my in most of southern United States, it's a big fucking epidemic of tyrants right now.
Georgia, Alabama.
I was actually talking about America. I wasn't talking about over in the UK. It's different
South
over here.
Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, like you said. I haven't seen, well, I know for a fact Louisiana, and if any auditors are watching this right now, word to the wise, do not film Louisiana, because you will not get a Section 1983, because you only have a year to file it, and your case will probably take 2 years to fucking pan out to be fucking found in your favor. By the time it gets found in your favor, you ain't going to get a Section 1983. They get away with it. So Louisiana has a loophole. Only 1 year to file 1983. You will not be able to file 1983 in Louisiana. It's next to impossible to do.
I'm just having a bite to eat, you guys. So
that's right. You can eat whenever you want, darling. It's okay. You're allowed. I was going to ask you, right, have you remembered how to get on your StreamYards and do it all now by memory, or is it all written down?
I haven't done it yet because I got I got beaver shocked, so I'm scared to go.
That wasn't our fault. I mean, you were doing very well and everything, and I was well chuffed that you did it.
Well, I was happy, and I'm so happy everybody came up. Thank you, everybody. I do appreciate it. I just so sorry I had to cut you guys off so fast. I didn't know what to do, but just
that's the thing. If anybody does porn bomb you, you have to take down your site immediately, because your channel gets striked otherwise. People do it out of malice. I'm saying not everybody. But,
well, yeah, it was an accident. I understand.
I know it was accident. It was like when KY done it was accidental, but I still had to take the stream down.
It was an accident. It was, yeah. Huh?
You guys.
I know he wouldn't have done it on purpose. Definitely not, because it was his own bloody show.
And I can show you the picture that accidentally showed up if you want.
I'll tell you what, KY, you was lucky I was paying attention on that day, because I thought, did you just porn bomb me? And he goes, oh, yeah, I did. I was like, you cheeky git. I had to restart that stream, 2 other times. I was like, if it gets done again, I'm not fucking doing it again. You know.
Well,
Yeah,
for me,
I was showing the pictures of our trailer in northern Wisconsin, you know, in the winter time, and that was the last picture my brother sent me, and then it got after midnight up there, and he said Happy Wednesday. He sent me Happy Wednesday picture, and of course that it appeared on my phone as the next picture, so it scrolled down there was Happy Wednesday.
All of a sudden, there was a big pair of jugs going across the screen. I thought, KY!
Happy Wednesday! My brother Dan is 2 years younger than I am, so yeah, Happy Wednesday, Dan.
I'm certainly not a prude or anything, and normally that kind of thing wouldn't bother me, but it certainly bothers Google, and you literally have to take your stream down.
I really didn't think he'd put a picture of his wife up there, but he did.
Come off it.
The eyes are upon you.
just so you know, she's a triple F.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, my goodness sakes.
And proud of it.
Oh, that's too much. Oh, my gosh.
I wasn't very happy at the time, put it that way.
No, I wasn't either, you know.
Bloody nightmare.
I thought, that's a hell of a time for him to send me shit when he knows I have panel every night.
Just think of the ratings you had, KY.
Yeah, probably. We got 63 more viewers in 2 minutes.
It was rather ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean,
it was.
But
well,
at least I saw the funny side of it. That's all I'm saying.
For me to go on the panel, I'm going to have somebody watch, because I got to, I'm new at this thing and I'm trying to watch everything, and I was watching the messages, and that's when
you actually do need mods in there.
But that's why Bud and I do it together, because one can watch the chat and the other's listening closer to what's being said, and you have to have at least 2 good mods to help watch the chat.
Well, if I'm like around, I always watch the chat anyway. It's a habit. But if I see anything dodgy, I just get rid of it. Or if Belle's around, both of us together, you bloody troll stand no chance of getting anything past Belle and myself. It don't happen.
KY caught it right off. I didn't know what was going on. He said, "Shut that thing off." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, you got porn on there." I went, "Oh my god, no."
But if you actually have got that stream, because I know you probably made it private, unless you actually deleted it.
I deleted it.
You should have kept it private, because then you would have been able to make people mods if you wanted in that stream by any streams that you keep. You can go back and make people mods then. It doesn't have to be like live when you do it.
As long as they're in the chat, yeah. As long as they're in the chat, you can go back and make them mods. Click on them and make them a mod.
I don't know how to make a mod. What are you guys, those wrenches you talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the moderator. The wrenches are moderators. Okay. The wrench is a symbol that you're a moderator.
Well, it's a similar thing to how you pin the link. But you have to do it in YouTube, and you go against, say right now, if I wanted to mod Living Skies, even though she is a mod, I would go to her name in YouTube, go to the 3 dots at the side, click on it, and it will say add moderator and whatever, and you click on that, and that's as easy as that. It's not hard at all, but you have to do it in YouTube.
Yes.
Only.
So what you do is you split your screen. You either have 2 windows up, 1 window for StreamYard, 1 window for YouTube, or you can use 2 separate browsers even.
You can actually do it in the same browser. You just have
2 windows. Yeah, 2 windows of the same browser, or you can do it like I do it. I do 2 different browsers, and that way I don't mistake one for the other. But and click on the wrong tab and close StreamYard's mistake or close the.
The way Wrights has been doing it is that he's been opening YouTube right next to StreamYard, so he's got one next to each other, so he's got them both together, which is easier, I think, when you're first learning. If he had to do it on a different, like if he's on Chrome and then you have to do the next one on Firefox or so, I think that would confuse the heck out of him.
Well, what I do is I make one window half the screen, then I bring up the other window right next to it, just like you said, but they're two different browsers. One is Firefox and one is
I
Chrome.
think that would confuse Wrights, though.
It's the same as if you had the same browser, two windows, but the reason I do that, if I have to search for a video, if he says, put this video up, then I can just click on the next tab where the StreamYard is, and then it doesn't affect my YouTube.
I know how to split the screen.
You just grab the side of it and move it over and compress the width, and then bring up another. You can right click on your browser, open new window, and then go to YouTube, and then make it half the screen, and then you can see the chat and you can see StreamYard.
All right, I'll try that out and see what happens. But I'm not going to do it unless I get a moderator. I have to wait to find out. So I got to, I don't want to.
Well, try it when you're not on. Try opening one window and going to a favorite website. Make it half the screen, and then right-click on your browser, open new window, boom, and then make it half the other side of the screen, and go to a website, and then you can be looking at two different. Or you go to YouTube on both of them and watch one video on one and another video on the other. You can, depending on how good your tablet or computer is, you could open 10 windows and play a playlist and get all kind of watch time for yourself or someone else that way.
I was going to say, out of 5 people, we got 4 different countries in here. That's mad.
Yeah.
Well, Guinness is in. Hi, Guinness.
How's it going, my friend? How are you doing?
Always doing this again. Cheeky bugger. It's all good, though.
Are you feeling wonderful today?
Oh dear. I feel wonderful every day. But when I keep on fucking sneezing, I do apologise, people in chat. My cold's getting worse again. But hey. At least I'm sneezing all the cobwebs out. I think I'm allergic to KY. Yeah, I've only been sneezing since he come up on panel. It's true though, isn't it? Ginger can back me up on this one. I didn't sneeze once when she was up on panel when it was just us two, but since you came in, I've stopped.
Oh yeah, it reminds me. Ginger, your thing's still on Tuesday still, so keep your eyes peeled. I know you're eating, so don't worry about it. Oh, you guys, sorry.
All right, people, I'm going to go.
Always cheeky.
I have a bunch of stuff to take care of in the morning.
Okay. KY, our blessings are with you and your wife.
I'm most definitely there.
Well, thank you, everyone, for your support.
Sorry I didn't come sooner. Take care.
That's right.
KY, is it?
Yeah, give our love to Brandon. I forget the name of your other. How bad
Jason,
is that?
Jason and Eric,
Jason.
yeah.
I only normally talk to Brandon. This is the thing. That's how I know his voice. Even though
because he comes in the room all the time and talks to me. Yeah. Jason lives. His bedroom is right below mine downstairs, so he lives in the basement, so he doesn't come up that often.
Oh, nice! Keeping your son in the basement.
He's
That
his
sounds
computer.
like something we should keep a track of.
Well, he's a dodgy git, anyways. Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's something that should be documented for future reference in case it's needed.
Oh, you should always keep an eye on KY. You should
Yeah.
document
I'm only
well
joking. I'm only
hard.
joking.
Oh, I know that. I think KY knows that by now, and I know Wrights does because he's spoken to you before. So, I mean, obviously,
Oh yeah,
the
I think I
Brits in the
spoke to.
chat.
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Well, again, thank you, everybody, and good night.
Channel.
Thank you for supporting us and coming up here to DJ's channel. Always a good time here.
Well,
Who's DJ?
unless Google time you out, obviously, which isn't my fault. For fuck's sake.
Hey, KY, who's DJ?
DJ who?
Shut off, right? Do you want to get barred?
It's only a joke.
DJ, I was listening to when they came on and they told you to keep quiet just a minute, let me finish. When the hippie was talking, I just said, just a minute yourself. I'm the host. Just you just a minute. You might have to be a little more assertive. They will take over and I learned that some people will want to take over your panel and talk over you, and you say stop. If you don't stop, I'm going to drop you, and it's just that simple. You drop them, then they get it.
Like I said, at the moment, well, I wouldn't say delicate flower, but I sort of like taking it a bit more. But when I'm like 100% healthy and that, I won't take no bullshit from anyone. They would be
exactly. I figured, well, maybe
knickers, for goodness sake.
You're being a little more tolerant. Yeah, you're being a little more tolerant.
I'd self-confess, me imported Guinness. You know, I kind of unintentionally do that at times. Not on this channel, I haven't. I don't believe, but on one or two other panels, I unintentionally have you know,
it happens. Maybe. All right. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night, KY.
Having me up.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh,
God bless you.
I'm sure we will. But I know Ginger's getting some food, but we can go for a little while longer. I mean, I'm awake now. Fuck's sake.
You're
that
awake.
reminded me of... No, I literally...
for blood.
I literally had my headphones off and Leo was on me and I was giving him a nice... I forgot I was actually doing a live stream for like 5 minutes or something, and I was like scratching his ears, and I thought, oh shit, I'm going to do my live. That's just bloody terrible. I've just been in one of them moods today where I just blame it on the cops. Fucking arseholes. It gave me a freaking heart. No, literally, right. So it gave me a freaking heart attack earlier on.
Wow.
It's like I say, one of the neighbours that I don't get on with called them, and it's terrible. They just like hammering my door down. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on now? So I went to open the door, and then it was cops for a while. I'm not opening the door because I didn't have a warrant. I mean, and they just said, we wanted to know if you're okay. And I went, well, I'm not fucking okay now, am I? Jesus.
Now that I've seen you, you know.
Oh, dear.
That was kind of like your frame of mind, I imagine.
Well, I just literally come up. I hadn't come off of the hippies panel that long because I had to drop down because I had a migraine and that. And I was just like laying back, listening to some tunes, having a good time. Then boom, boom, boom on the door. I'm thinking, what the hell?
But to be honest with you, I don't think there's... Well, there is a few other scenarios where your door could be banging, but one of them that personally...
Cheeky git.
No, I meant quite literally.
Oh, no.
I meant quite literally the door of the building. I was thinking of, like, you know, I personally, I won't lie, Vix, full disclosure, I was thinking about the cops knocking on somebody's door. That, to be honest with you, you know, really, nobody wants to see it, you know. But what I was initially thinking of was, you know, somebody coming aggressively, for instance, unfortunately, maybe yeah.
People know not to do that at my house because they know I have a massive bloody dog.
Oh no, I just mean in general, like, just mean in general.
But the thing is, though, I mean, can't cops like knock gently? Why do they have to hammer your door down?
I think they must give them some sort of a day course to learn how to produce a knock like that, because it's like it's like almost a world-renowned thing that every police officer knocks to the same description,
What? This is what I was trying to say. The fact that I have PTSD anyway, you do not knock on somebody's door that has PTSD like that. Come off it.
They don't care. They don't even look into it.
No, but it's actually in my information that they're not to do that.
No, but they don't look into that. They don't care.
Yeah, I have to agree. They, they don't care.
But they are going to care when I go down there and speak to their bosses, because I've had enough now of being harassed.
Ha! They don't care.
Oh, but I've
The only way
they're sorting it out, but it's ridiculous.
You're going to get you more mad.
The only way they'll care is if you start taking money off of them. Then they'll pay attention. So,
yeah, that's different.
That's the only thing they know.
Well, I could do them for harassment because that was harassing me. I didn't have a warrant out for my arrest at all. I'd done nothing wrong. They had no reason to hammer on my door like that. They wound Leo up as well. He wanted to go at them, and then he realised they were police. He backed down. He thought, no, somebody's coming to break in. It's just like getting bloody. I should have recorded it, but I just didn't think of picking up my phone at the time. It's the last thing you think about, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah,
Yep.
Idiots. I don't mean you guys. I meant the cops.
Oh, obviously, because we're perfect in almost every way.
Hi there. I just finished eating.
It's like
and I wanted to contact you guys to let you know that there was a passenger in the car with the driver that passed me my food. Period. I don't know if they are allowed to do that. However, period, the drivers do have vaccinations, correct? Question mark. But the passenger probably does not. Period.
To be honest, I fully didn't understand that, and I think that
I actually didn't either.
I didn't either.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my phone. Oh,
I really thought you were talking to us.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I thought it was muted. Because I'm always muted. Sorry.
No, you weren't muted. I'm thinking, what is she going on about? I'm thinking, I didn't want to be rude saying, Ginger, what's the crack here? Shit.